Gameplay trailer. Get your gameplay trailer. Gameplay trailer. Gameplay trailer. 25 minutes. 25 minutes. A nice juicy 25 minutes of gameplay from Aliens Fireteam. Yeah, pretty excited. I watched the official announcement trailer just a few days ago, and then caught wind of this gameplay trailer. And man, I like trailers and everything. You know, they kind of get you ready to see more about the game. But I got to give it to them for releasing a announcement trailer, and then right on the heels of that announcement trailer, an actual gameplay trailer. That's a good move, at least for me, in my opinion. I think it's a good move. So before we get started on this, if you've never been to the channel, I want to welcome you to the channel. If you enjoy what you see here and content like this, check out some other videos. If you enjoy those, consider subscribing to the channel. Join the Finfolk Legion. I also stream on Twitch and on Facebook at Finfolk Gaming on both of those platforms. I'll have the links in the descriptions below. If you want to join there, you're more than welcome to. Or if you just want to swing by and see what we're up to, see what's going on, you know, see if it's a good fit for you, you're more than welcome to do that, and then make your decision then. But yeah, I'm gonna quit talking now. Let's just get into the trailer, and you may want to buckle up. Because this is not a short trailer. This apparently is a 25-minute video, so we're in here for the long haul. Hope you guys enjoy. All right. Let's get this thing started, shall we? I love that gun.
Our game this month is Aliens Fireteam. It's 3 of us against a whole hell of a lot of aliens. I am joined here in the game by Matt and Craig from Cold Iron Studios. Guys, thanks so much for doing this.
Hey Ryan, thanks.
Hey Ryan, thanks for having us on board.
Good
We're
Lord, that
excited
guy's
to play with
audio
you,
was
man.
loud. Jesus.
Get started right away. Just let's roll here. We want to get people seeing what's doing with this video game and see what sort of dangers and happy things await us around each corner.
Awesome. So we're playing a mission. We're on Katanga, which is an orbital refinery in the Outer Rim. Our battalion of Colombians.
Okay. So you're on a ship, a refinery, in orbit. Okay. I was thinking that maybe you were in a facility on a planet.
So obviously the game is a third-person shooter here. It is the 3 of us against a whole hell of a lot of aliens. Now, is it always a 3-person fire team?
Yes.
The guns look a little stiff as they're carrying them. Just a little stiff. The character models' arms. When they're running, it looks fine, but when he's aiming, it's just looks real stiff for some reason to me. Which it is alpha. It's still an alpha, so.
The vibe I'm getting is very Left 4 Dead-ish, or Left 3 Aliens, I guess would be the more applicable term here. But
This will be a long video. I got to get comfortable for this one.
Is Left 4 Dead a reasonable kind of comparison here?
Sure. We are a third-person co-op survival shooter, so very close in a lot of aspects, but very different in many others too.
And as we're about to find out, the aliens start coming through. Well, I'll tell you, it looks real nice.
Hey, this guy's got a shotgun too. That's nice.
Great. I mean, I'm at 14
Assault rifle,
right now.
heavy, well,
Our reporting's only
light
60,
machine gun.
but I think I'm running a much higher frame rate than that. So clearly, you guys have dialed up the performance on this.
Oh, get him!
Oh, there's a guy right there. You got
Okay, so you have a hitbox instead of just traditional
So right now,
crosshairs, at least on that
I'm
gun.
playing a technician
That heavy
class. I set up perimeters. I have a turret and some charge coils.
Ah, nice. I said that in my reaction. I said they have to have the turrets, man. You know they're going to have the turrets. That's awesome.
Yep, I'm demolished.
That'll probably be the class I go with, the tech class. I tend to lean towards those kinds of classes in this game, like even like on Gears Horde mode, stuff like that. I like the tech stuff. I like being able to lay out turrets and really assist and support my teammates.
Probably the just kind of general all-around class. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, all about firepower.
Yeah, he's a
frag grenade.
assault
You're carrying
class.
the M41, a classic right now, and you have
Grenade out.
clock.
Man, honestly, for it to be an alpha, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, maybe this is more of a polished part of what they have right now, but it doesn't. It looks
Each class has 2 unique abilities
pretty
on
playable.
cooldown?
You know,
So
it
one of the
obviously
things
isn't
we've done with,
graphically
with
finished,
co-op
and you can tell by the
survival
movements. Some of that stuff isn't completely finished, but
for us,
it's running well.
co-op games are all about making sure that you have a role to play, and we do that through our class kits. And like we mentioned, we're playing Technician, Demolisher, Gunner. Each
Technician,
of those has
Demolisher,
different
Gunner.
abilities that are on cooldown. There are also a bunch of perks that go along with that, as well as other things that let you customize and kind of advance these kits as you level them up.
Definitely got the Aliens vibe going on here. Like I'm already feeling it as we move through these low ceiling corridors. And this door's about to
Yeah, everything is really tight. There's really not anywhere to run, which I'm sure, you know, that's by design. That gives you that feeling of aliens.
Up, burster map.
Oh, nice, a burster.
That was
Oh.
different alien than the standard wall crawling xenomorph. What was that?
Yeah, we've expanded on the suite of aliens that you've seen in the films quite a bit. There's over 20 enemy types in the game. That was a burster. As you saw, when he explodes, he leaves a huge pool of acid.
Yeah, I mean, he's your typical AoE monster that threatens by getting next to the
You refill
players.
ammo. We've got some
Whenever
guys
they
on the
get,
ceiling coming
whenever you
up
kill
on
them, they
the
blow
inside
up and
here.
do AoE damage. I love how they crawl all over the walls and everything. That's awesome. That's great.
The sound of aliens just never. It's just so classic. Like the sound of the weapons, the sound of the xenomorphs. I love the sound of this video game.
Yeah, our lead sound designer, Derek, has done just a kick-ass job.
First on the wall, I got it. Okay.
You got it. Oh, there's another one on the wall.
So each is it two weapons at all times for any character?
It's two primary weapons, and that's a slot that you can fill with any one of the 30 weapons that we have that fits in that slot. And then if you get low on ammo, you can switch to a sidearm, which I'll do right now. You can see it hits a lot weaker, but conserves ammo.
So basically, you won't be picking up weapons throughout the level.
Why there was an ammo?
It seems like you'll be picking weapons per weapon class
We
before
got a spitter out there.
you start a level, so like a loadout system, which is pretty standard for these kind of games.
And these unique aliens have a bit more.
That was a spitter, yeah.
Got him. Yeah, the spitter launches acid projectiles at you.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think it's
You tend to be a little bit tougher. You got to worry
like
about
they were saying they added new aliens to this that are not necessarily like in the movies or in the known lore, but you kind of have to in a game like this. You can't just have. I mean, you could, but it would make the gameplay stale quicker if you just had one alien type that all they did was try to get up to you and hit them with your tail, hit you with the tail, or melee you or whatever. You know, you want to have enemies that get the players to think and can have different threats.
Craig, do you want me to heal you?
I'm okay. I think
I love how they crawl on the wall. That's awesome.
I think I can make it a little bit further. Thanks.
More runners. Oh, I got wrecked.
I wonder if there's a roll option. I haven't seen them roll yet.
It's because I stuck my nose out ahead of you.
There may not be. It may be designed to feel a little more stiff and a little clunky. Not clunky, but just slow, so you feel more vulnerable. Oh, nice, a turret. Here we go. That's what I've been wanting to see. Oh, that turret. Oh, yeah.
Worry about friendly fire. We don't have to worry about resources nearly as much as the higher difficulties.
Take him out. What was that? He shoot a rocket? Oh, he's got the rocket on his shoulder. Nice. That must be what that is.
Watch out for the spitter.
I thought that was something to do with the light machine gun. I think it's actually a rocket shoulder launcher.
Oh, he dodged.
Shoulder rocket launcher.
You
I'm sorry.
got him. Thank you.
Got it. So, talk a little bit about the variety, because I mean, in terms of this game can't just be the same over and over, right? Like, what is sort of you want people to play time and time again and just keep making new runs with their friends. So, how does the game sort of update itself or change itself from session to session?
Sure. So, I mean, there are 4
This is
different
important.
campaigns, with 3 missions each. We're playing one of the missions right now, so there's a bunch of different variety there in terms of the enemy types that show up in there, the environments that you see. But in terms of mixing up each, subsequent play through each one, we have the
thermal
different
rounds.
difficulty levels, which adds a whole lot of different stuff. We do have cool hand-tuned encounters, but each one of those has tons of different variation, tons of different randomness built in there. And there are, you know, heuristics and algorithms behind the scene that are, you know, adding enemies, changing up the pace of the mission, making sure that, you know, players have to keep on their toes.
Cool. All right, let's see. You're up for this.
Did you, there's a consumable here.
I grabbed a sentry gun there.
I'm going to a sentry gun over on the right side.
I'm going to save...
Yeah, this is going to be a hold the position kind of thing.
He says ominously as the game developer who knows what's going to happen.
I'm going to hoard my loot. That's good.
No, except my sentry gun is facing...
Yeah, I'm definitely going to lean towards the tech
it's
class
smart enough.
when it first
I'm
comes
smart
out,
enough.
just to see what it's all about. It looks, I love that class for some reason on these kind of games.
This big machine. Up, over on the right.
Yeah, you're going to want to watch your motion tracker in the bottom right-hand corner.
It's the alien without the motion tracker.
It's already getting a little crowded up here.
It is. There's a burst
They are taking them out,
Couple
dude.
bursters.
in on it. Oh boy.
And that's why we put out a sentry. They're coming up the left. I'm gonna go.
See, so they're going right after the sentry.
Got left.
Keep swinging
All right.
right.
They're not even
I'll stay to the right.
bypassing the sentry to get to them. They're
So,
focusing
killed the
straight on the
sentry.
sentry first,
You're doing okay. How you doing over
I'm
there?
gonna throw some charge coils.
which is
at it.
good because it provides a distraction at the very least if you get overwhelmed close to the sentry. But once
So
it's
the nice
gone,
thing
it's
about
gone.
those charge coils is they slow down Xenos, which is clearly you don't want them getting close to you because acid blood, a lot of damage.
Yeah, they do hit pretty hard whenever they get hit. Oh, there we go, warrior, nice.
Oof, oof.
Back off, dude. You're getting tore up.
You got
He has his abilities, don't he?
All right.
Yep, that is ability. No, he may have used them.
Save Ryan. Okay.
No, he had 'em.
Barely. We
I think.
barely saved you.
Oh, thank you. Let me revive Craig while I'm standing here.
Okay. I'm gonna throw out another turret.
Wow, that was close.
It's running really well for Alpha, man.
Another spitter trying to
It
get
really
out of the
doesn't-
way. There we go.
Doesn't look bad.
I went down. I should have healed before.
By the time they finish it, I mean, it'll just be completely polished, and it should look a lot better than this.
A little low on health.
The little things should look better. Little details.
I'm doing okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna heal up before we leave.
Make that quick.
Done.
Definitely need an ammo refill.
Okay, so you got ammo boxes laying around.
So yeah, all that acid blood is another thing that we crank up the damage on when we go to higher difficulty levels, and it becomes real dangerous to kill things up close.
That
Yeah, I haven't seen them roll one time. I guess there's no roll option. Oh, watch out behind you.
change up the pacing of things. In fact, on that note, you mentioned no friendly fire here on. Is
Yeah.
that a thing that can be tweaked or changed on the higher difficulties?
Oh,
Yeah, it does.
No friendly fire on drone. No friendly fire on default, but as soon as you crank that up a little bit more, you're getting friendly fire. And it becomes
So you
really
can have friendly fire. Okay.
He ran away. That guy just ran away. That's probably a bad sign for us.
All right, so you
It
can
is-
vault.
It is not away for long. I love the
Throw that turret up there, man.
stalking us. It will be back.
Dude, they took it out so fast.
Yeah, so
That's gonna be
and
something
here
to
it comes, here it
remember.
comes.
Is to set your
He
turret
got
back
Me again. Oh my god.
And I-
or in
oh,
time for it to actually
it
be able to
was
shoot.
It's still there. All right, we got to focus.
Strategy there is to set up the turret and get in a
I'm
position
gonna-
where you can
I'm gonna back up
basically
a little bit.
defend the turret.
Acid blood.
You and the team help defend it pretty much. You don't want them to get even close to it if possible.
Back. I'm gonna try to.
Dude, they're tearing them up.
Stun it. Stun it.
I wonder if that's an ability for that class,
We downed him.
or if everybody can do that like once. The smoke grenade going off to stun them to get them off of you. Or if that works for every class. Kill that sucker, dude. There you go.
Left. Oh, the spitter almost got away.
Yeah, see, the assault rifle looks like it would be
Got it.
up close.
Nice.
Oh, that was
Maybe a little
there on my
That was
part.
good.
Final
annoying to hit things when they're really up close, because these things really jump around and move really good.
Was not
Shotguns
watching my tracker.
looked like he
We got
was
him
having
behind us.
no issues up close with him, which makes sense. But I wonder if you can hip fire, because this guy's only been shooting when he's hard
We
aiming.
did it.
use my health.
So like if they get like right up, on you, you know, just hip fire from the from the hip and just swing the gun around to try and take them out. Because it's really hard to hard aim on something that's moving left to right so quickly, that close, like right at your feet. To me, it is anyway. They said they had 4 campaigns, so maybe you do get to go on a planet at some point.
We try not to hide it too much because it's really awesome.
I just hope every single campaign's not like too corridory, because
he is doing
I mean,
all the composition
you can
for
get through it like that
and,
and probably still have fun,
probably
but
familiar with him from a lot of
I would
stuff.
like to see different,
Huge fan of his work on
maybe
Journey,
even more of an open area, you know.
Turns out he's a
It's just
giant
different
Alien fan
settings
as well,
to keep it
and
fresh.
We've been working
As
really
you're playing
closely
through
with
it.
him for the last
I don't
year.
think they said how many hours this campaign was, did they? I don't remember them saying.
I see some nice, tempting, giant red explosive tanks that we'll wait to deploy at the right moment.
Yeah,
There's never a wrong moment for an explosive barrel.
That's true.
Oh, hey, found the cache.
Somebody's got to blow up a barrel now. Come on, y'all.
All right.
Blow up the barrel.
Oh, nice. So
I wanna
there's
see it.
hidden things in some of the levels?
Yep, in each of the level, there's always a hidden cache that has, you know, extra consumables, and I actually got a cosmetic. I got a cool gun colorway out of that. There are also other things that are hidden throughout.
Oh, so you actually pick up sentry guns.
That's gonna be useful.
Okay.
With
So it's
the
not
way
just an
that-
ability that you
way
can
that
use. You
the
actually have to
gun's going,
physically
and
have
you
them.
extra consumables.
Behind us.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, we're,
interesting.
Yeah, a little bit here.
For
Well,
it to be one of your abilities, but
Worth
you
it.
actually have to have the oxygen to be able to use it, apparently.
oh,
Well, I don't know. He's on a cooldown, so maybe not. Maybe if you just pick up a sentry turret, you have one that you can throw out if you want to. That's probably what it is. Whereas the tech class has a rechargeable turret.
Kind of go through the arc of the structure of the game. So we're doing just a mission, and it's how many missions, how many campaigns? Like,
Here we go. Here's the time, maybe.
so there are 12 missions arranged into 4 different campaigns. They're all story driven. It's all tied together into one story about what's going on Katanga and LV 895. And each of the campaigns takes place in a different location, different enemies.
Oh, he's
end
hemmed up
showing
right there.
Different environments. So
Okay, so
a lot
different
of
environments. That's good.
campaigns.
What's the hourly number though, man? How many hours?
Is it how long is it for each campaign? Like the idea to kind of together with
He's trying to
run
easily ask that question.
of the 4 campaigns.
He's being very easy about asking it.
An hour or 2 per campaign.
Campaigns end up being a little bit longer than an hour to run through. But yeah, I mean, session-wise, it's going to be up to how much you're going to be playing, whether or not it's just a pickup at night or whether or not it's a longer session on Saturday. Well, we got a lot
I
coming.
imagine the difficulty will alter that as well.
So he said a little more than an hour for each campaign.
And the big changes really come once you start leveling your kits and your weapons up. So one of the things that
Depending on
Cold Iron,
difficulty and depending on how you play, obviously. But if you get good and you're beating it in an hour and a half, I mean, an hour.
really where we're
If it was an hour long for 4 campaigns, it's only 4 hours. Throw another half hour on each of those 4, it adds you another 2 hours, so 6 hours. Man, that seems
different attachment for them
that
throughout.
seems pretty short, dude.
You're gonna be trying all sorts
I
of
mean,
different
maybe the
skills,
replayability for
going after
like
this
leveling up
higher
your
level, difficulties as well.
higher level difficulty stuff. But what do you get
That's
for it?
definitely something that, so there is a progression, even though the idea is to running the campaigns over and over with your friends.
Yes. Yeah. Each kit ends up leveling up. There are different perks, so that you can end up customizing your kits, change out what your weapon, what your abilities end up being like. Well, I'm gonna knock this guy back. I'm getting distracted through all the questions. Just look at my health. This
Yeah,
is
it's
the
tough
worst.
to get interviewed and play this game at the same time.
That doesn't, unless I'm misunderstanding something there. It sounds like to me for the base, your first run through, you could probably beat all the campaigns in potentially 6 hours, maybe even less. Man, that's short, dude.
if you didn't grab ammo, there's a crate over here.
That seems so short. Like, I get these games are all about replaying and stuff, but I mean, I was thinking like at least like 10 hours maybe for the base, you know, to run through it the first time.
So in terms of replayability,
Here we go. Replay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's listen to this.
The difficulty levels add a lot. As you level up your weapons and your kits, you get to change things out, move up in difficulty, and advance that way. All of the different systems and mechanics within the game itself to change the missions as you play them. One of the other things we're really excited about is the challenge card system.
Yeah, talk about that. I saw that in the menu, but we didn't really get a chance to play with that here.
There are dozens of these in games, and there are these cards that you can play at the beginning of missions.
We got you.
Thank you.
Cards that you can play at the beginning of missions that really mutate the missions. They're really like mutators to the gameplay. They can do things like adding like cool, interesting screen overlays, but then they can do things like making it so that body shots do nothing, and all you can do is headshots or weak point shots throughout the entire mission.
I mean, that's kind
When you play these challenge cards, you end up getting more rewards, more XP, more attachments, more cosmetics as you successfully complete missions with all these challenge cards.
okay. So the cosmetic and ability stuff is cool and all that, but that other stuff he was talking about, like the getting overlays for your HUD or making only headshots. I mean, that's all well and good, but man, dude, 6 hours is not long.
If the campaign looks like, I imagine you're not just on a ship for all 4 missions.
Oh well.
No,
I mean,
you get to go to like.
I guess it really will boil down to what's this game going to be priced? You know, is it going to be a full $60 for the game, or is it going to be 40? I don't know. I don't think that they've said that. All right, I'll look at that. That may already be verified. I'll have to check that though. See if there's a price. I doubt it's an alpha. I doubt they've released a price yet. But for a full price, if it's full price, 6 hours, you're paying $10
All right, so far so good.
to be
I found I
critical.
found another hidden
You're
cache.
paying $10
Oh, nice.
an hour to play the
Go
game.
flag it.
Because there's a lot of people that are going to play it, beat the main campaign,
There's something on
and
the radar.
they may play a little bit, their way back through it.
I got it.
But
You got behind.
Stragglers.
if there's not a lot of reason to play back through it, then a lot of people aren't going to do it. You know, it's just is what it is. The gameplay looks fun though, man. Like I want to play it,
Nice.
but
All right, I gotta go.
I just hope there's enough content, you know, to justify $60 if you're going to pay $60. That's a lot of money for anything. A game, to me, is a lot of money for a game too. That's just my opinion. But I mean, so $60, you need to get like a shooter. To me, fair for a shooter like this, or really any shooter. You know, if you don't have a especially if there's not a multiplayer like this is the multiplayer basically, which it probably is. Something like this for $60, man. You know, you need to have between 10 and 20 hours worth of content. And I get, like I said, there's replayability in the sense of unlocking cosmetics and getting, the HUD overlays or whatever. But
The thermal sentry.
I don't think that's going to be enough, man, to keep people interested.
This dark tunnel over here. This seems like a good.
And maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I could be wrong, but that's just how I feel about it.
I put down some mines.
Nice.
All right.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
All right, suppression grid. All right, if they make it past that.
All right, so here we go.
Okay, so this is going to be where it turns up a notch. There we go.
Guys, are there kind of
Exploding
climactic
containers.
points like this in each mission, safe to say?
Yes. Yeah, I want to make sure.
Yes.
That all of the big battles that you end up encountering throughout the game have their own mechanics, their own flavor to them, special
Yeah.
things that are happening.
We got a jumper. I don't know if we've seen that one yet. That does not sound promising.
Herrera just called out the left-hand side.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw some charge coils up there. Whoa! They made it through.
They're storming in now.
All right, they're down.
All right, we're doing all right there.
That shotgun's
Okay.
pretty nasty.
I'm throwing out a turret.
Nice.
We lost that turret fast.
You got to
Once
defend the
acid
turrets
gets on the sentry guns.
as much as you
Spare
can.
up on
That's
the
the
ledge.
key.
Flag
Who
it.
we went for. They are going after that turret. They do not appreciate
They
it.
know the turret's the MVP here.
Yeah.
Alright, my deployable turret's back. Alright, I'm gonna set it up right in the middle here.
Alright.
If we need to fall back, I'm gonna fall back on the left-hand side.
Alright. I'm going to use my thermal
I don't know if
rounds.
that.
You're
I don't
switching
know
to
if that
thermal?
turret
Okay.
can
I'm
shoot
gonna
over those
watch
other
it.
walls, though. It's the only thing.
Doing
Say they're
some-
letting them get beat
Nice,
down way too
Ryan.
quick.
Putting the right-hand
Oh, yeah,
side
you're
in the
coming
tunnel.
through
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got that tunnel. I figure that's got to be a blind spot. But
Yeah, it saved us.
That
Thermal
shoulder
rounds are-
rocket launcher's pretty
Yeah, it's been on
pretty
a
nice.
way away.
We got a warrior. We got a warrior coming. Alright, I'm not going to...
This is where it's fun right here. These parts of the mission is where
There he is. Oh,
Yeah,
it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, who's he going after?
More challenging parts. Dude, that dude is tough, man.
Oh, we got him on fire though.
my ability.
Nice, Ryan.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, he's done.
Okay, I got to heal. You guys...
Overclock saved us.
Yes.
I'll take it. Yeah, I've been saving it.
Super. clutch.
Okay,
We
so
have
you can
19
shoot from the
seconds,
hip.
then we gotta
Nice.
Make it over to the elevator and get inside before more hell breaks loose, I guess.
God, look at all of them.
Nice. 10 seconds.
Hey. Yes. Okay.
Oh,
This is fun.
alright. Okay,
Okay.
you guys behind me?
Yeah, it looks like a lot of fun.
Elevator's here.
It really does.
We're going
I
around
just
the
hope
other
it's
side. I can't make
Here.
it.
long enough, man. I just hope there's enough content there, enough
Okay, I'm
replayability
in the
to,
elevator.
you know, keep
Oh, there's
you
a
and your
warrior.
friends wanting
You
to
just
play.
gotta roll past him.
Get through, get through.
Oh no! Okay, I'm almost there.
He's
I'm
so-
there. I'm in.
Yes.
Awesome. Good.
That was a mission from Aliens
Nice.
Fireteam. Guys, we're going to look for it later this summer, correct?
Yes, summer
Summer
20...
That looks like fun, man. Looks like a lot of fun. All right, so that was the Aliens Fire Team. 25 minutes of gameplay footage provided by IGN, and I liked it. I liked what I saw. The only thing that kind of concerns me is whenever they were talking about the length of the game. So the guy said, and you could tell the way that he was kind of asking the question, he was sort of trying to ask it without just straight up asking, like, hey, how many hours is this game for a playthrough, standard playthrough? So he went with, like, you know, hey, how many hours is, or how long is each campaign? Because he knew, the guy told him there was 4 campaigns. So he said, you know, how long will it take to beat each campaign? Like an hour, 2 hours? You know, what's the time frame for each campaign? And the guy said a little over an hour. Now that obviously could vary depending on your, you know, your team's skills or what difficulty you're playing on, you know, stuff like that. But for a basic run through, man, an hour, let's just say he said a little over an hour. So let's say hour and a half. At an hour and a half at 4 hours, that would be about 6 hours of gameplay, in-game gameplay. Now, granted, that doesn't count like customizing stuff, or if there is anything like that. I didn't even see them swapping guns. I'm pretty sure you don't switch guns during the mission or anything like that. You probably pick a pre-loadout, and that pre-loadout is dependent on your class. But they probably have multiple guns for each, you know, loadout or class that you can choose from. And then that's what you use the whole mission. So you're saying 6 hours. That's really my biggest concern right now with it. I know it's super early. They're in alpha, and I know this is all kind of sort of speculation, but not, because he did say hour and a half in 4 campaigns. But that just seems kind of short to me. And here's the thing, though. It seems short to me if it's a $60 game. Because at $60, you're going to be paying basically for the first playthrough, you know, on average, you're going to be paying $10 an hour, pretty much, to play the game. And that just seems a little high, in my opinion. And I'm no game dev, I'm no, you know, anything like that. But in my opinion, just as being a gamer since I've been like 12, and just playing these games and seeing what all is available, like a shooter like this, if you're going to pay $60, needs to go anywhere from 10 to 15 hours, just in my opinion, if there's not a lot of replayability. Now, if you play the 6 hours and there's a lot of replayability, a lot of reason to come back to the missions you've already played, which I don't know if there's going to be, because here's the thing. the mission levels won't change. And it seems like the way that this game is structured, at least the mission that they played, is very... I don't know how much they can adjust where the enemies attack from or when you get attacked. Now, they can adjust, and they said they would, by difficulty, the types of enemies. So, obviously, if you raise the difficulty up, they're going to get a little bit tougher. You may have more of a higher level enemy spawning in the game as you're playing. But if you're playing on default, my guess is, and I could be wrong, but my guess is if you're playing on default, you could play it, back to back, and it's pretty much going to be the same. Like I said, it may change just a little bit, but I don't think the major thing is they can't really change where the enemies, more than likely, are going to spawn. Because these are like set events, right? You have to go here, defend this, set up turrets. You got to go here, defend this to get out of here. The only time that they could change really any of that kind of stuff up as far as where enemies spawn from and when you get attacked is as you're getting to those locations. But yeah, like I said, that's really the only thing that concerns me right now. The game, even in alpha, looked playable. I mean, that may have been a more polished experience for them to do that, which is fine. I mean, but it was obviously still an alpha, and it looks playable. It looks fun. It just looks like one of those games that, you get 2 other buddies with you to play. I wish it was 3 other buddies. I'm pretty sure I said this on my trailer reaction. But why are all these games going to 3-player squads? Why don't they just go from like 3 to 5-player squads or 2 to 4-player squads? It used to be 4 all the time, 4 to 5. I don't really understand why all these companies are doing that now. I mean, if you can do it, why not? I know balancing-wise it makes it different. Maybe 3 is a sweet spot for a lot of these games. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a developer. But I know personally I got friends that, I could have 4 or 5 people wanting to play this. And the thing is, it's that kind of game. It's the kind of game that, like, the more people you have with you, the more fun you're going to have. It's just that kind of game. This isn't really going to be a game that you're going to play by yourself and have a whole lot of enjoyment. This is a co-op social style game. So I wish it was more than 3 players. But all that being said, those few negatives, positives are like gameplay looks good. The weapons look cool. I'm glad that they have the turrets. I'm glad that each class has separate abilities they can use. And I'm also glad that they added in the fact that even if you aren't a technician whose ability recharges to have a turret, you can still pick up turrets throughout the mission. Because turrets are going to be key in a lot of these defensive spots. I did notice that the turrets go down pretty quick, so gameplay-wise, they don't adjust the health of the turrets and how much damage they can take. You're going to want to protect those turrets whenever you lay them out. You don't want them to go down too fast, especially in the later levels, more than likely. But yeah, all in all, I enjoyed the video. I know that this has been a long video, so if you guys hung in there all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm going to be keeping track of this game. If I see any more gameplay or anything like that come up, I'll probably be doing reactions or just talking about the game, stuff like that, because I'm a big Aliens fan. And ever since the last Colonial Marine style came out and was just awful, I've been waiting for another good